Welcome back to Excellence in Motion, the Youth Spotlight series. I'm your host, Angelina. I'm a high school junior looking to uplift voices of my peers who are making changes and pursuing their passions. In this series, we bring you stories of young talent, resilience, and excellence, straight from the people, voices you need to know. Today, we're shining a light on a young black king who's making waves on and off the court. I'm sitting down with Shamar Simpson, a 6'1" student athlete at the Neighborhood Academy, who's redefining what it means to be a baller. With nearly 1,000 career points, 2 section championships, a WPIAL runner-up title, and a killer 22-point-per-game average, Shamar is proof that hard work and talent go hand in hand. We're diving into his journey, his grind, and how he's showing up as a leader both on and off the court. Get ready for real talk and some major inspiration on today's episode of Excellence in Motion. Shamar Simpson is not just a basketball player. He's a force to be reckoned with. Representing the Neighborhood Academy, Shamar has been dominant on the court with his skill, dedication, and passion for the game. But beyond the stats and trophies, Shamar is a young man rooted in community and ambition. Whether he's putting points up or putting in work to grow as a person, Shamar embodies what it means to rise above. Without further ado, let's meet the man behind the game. Hi, Shamar.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Great.
So let's get started with a little bit of background. Can you just tell us a bit about who you are and where you're from?
Absolutely. For those who don't know, I'm Shamar Simpson. I'm from the inner city of Pittsburgh, more notably the Hill District. Single parent. I love my mom. Shout out mom. Raised by all girls. I have 6 sisters, just me. I'm the only boy in my family. Big household. Get a lot of athletes, track runners, swimmers. I'm the first basketball player.
What first sparked your interest in basketball?
I was a football player at first. I have a big football family, so they kind of pushed me to play football. But I think over time, I just kind of lost the love for football. I think I was more of a basketball person. I hated basketball at first. I hated the sports. I didn't understand it. I got a little taller. I was 5'7" in the 6th or 7th grade. And I played AAU, and I just kept growing and kept growing and kept growing and kept growing. And then now it's the passion.
When did you realize that it was something that you wanted to pursue more seriously?
Maybe my 8th grade year, I got to travel to Atlanta to play basketball with some of my best friends. We went to the Hawks game. I got to visit the statues that are in Atlanta. Just that experience alone has kind of been pushing me to take basketball as serious as I have been now, to allow me to open other doors and other possibilities for me to continue on what I want to do in life, and just kind of inspire me.
What opportunities have you seen basketball guide you to?
College has been one of the best things basketball has presented me with. Offers and talking to colleges on these different aspects of my life, and them helping me through what I want to do in life, helping me get to that next level on what I want to do in a career path. Also, not only college, but people. This has allowed me to be on talk shows like this, just continue to be able to meet different people and allow myself to build these connections and bonds with these different people.
That's wonderful. What major are you looking at in college?
I want to go into either political science or finance. Little story. My mom is friends with Ed Gainey, the mayor of Pittsburgh. And me and him have had a bond since 6th grade. So he's been kind of headlocking me into going into political science because I'm very well spoken and I just love talking to people. And I'm pretty knowledgeable in politics, but I've never really been into it, if that makes sense. I never really got into the deeper and depths of it. But he's been pushing me a lot, and he's wrote most of my political science letters of recommendation. So shout out to Ed Gainey.
That's wonderful. I didn't expect that to come from you. When we think of student athletes, we're not necessarily thinking political science on top of that. So I think that's great. It shows all the different facets of your life and different passions.
I get the best of both worlds. Definitely have gotten inspired by all the women in my life, so I'm a big advocate for women's sports, and I think that is what's been pushing me to continue to be the best possible person that I can be.
And I love the dedication to family. What do you see for yourself if you do go into political science and become that representation for your community?
Mm-hmm. I think one of the strong things that have been influencing me in political science is making a change from the system. Obviously, a big thing in our generation has been a systematic racism in the world. That's a very real thing, especially in my community, and especially all the things that I've been taught. The only way that I feel like I can make a change is from the inside. If I can make my work early and start my work early and build that foundation of a community leader, go from here to representative to being in front of everybody to talk about the different issues that Pittsburgh, not only Pittsburgh have, but people around the world have, and that I can be that advocate for other black kids, black parents, and again, African Americans need a lot of more representation that they do have. They have a lot more, but I want to be able to say that I come from this, I've been through this, I've done this, and that's what got me here. So political science has definitely been a big push for me to fully embrace that leadership role in front of my community, and to allow me to say, I'm going to be this so I can help the different kids that do need help. So political science is definitely now a very key thing. And hopefully after political science, I'll go to law school and become a lawyer and, try to help now from, again, the system point of it and help, transpire from the inside. So.
I love that. That ambition is great, and I could definitely see lawyer Simpson. So I see that going on.
Yeah.
I look forward to see where your journey takes you and to see what we're going to be looking at in the near future. What's going on with you in school?
School's great. Honor roll student, 3.4 GPA. Amazing. I'm a student ambassador at the Neighborhood Academy. I give tours. I meet donors. My job is to raise money for the school and for the middle school students. Next summer, we are getting a full revamp of our building. 2 gyms. We're getting another gym being built and a pool. I helped raise $2 million for that. That's my biggest project, and I get to give the announcement speech. And hopefully, one of the gyms are named after me.
Oh, we're getting a Shamar Simpson
we're
gymnasium.
getting a Shamar Simpson gymnasium for sure.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So I want anybody who has time out through the summer to just visit the Neighborhood Academy. Hopefully, I'll be your tour guide, so you get to see me in person. But absolutely, that's one of my biggest projects, and that's more so for the middle school students. We are also getting a full 6th grade girls, a whole generation of middle school girls. So if you guys can come and check it out, I would strongly encourage you guys to do so.
That's wonderful. And look at you pioneering that leadership coming in all shapes and sizes. And then for anyone who doesn't know, the Neighborhood Academy formerly was an all-boys middle school. So getting this girls' middle school is a big step for them.
Yeah. Continue to grow and continue to have their education. I earn scholarships for not only middle-class students, but middle schooler, high schoolers, and kids who are also in elementary school wanting to go to the Neighborhood Academy.
That's great. We love to see that. What was the most rewarding part of pursuing your basketball career?
I don't want this to sound selfish, but more of the individual accolades. 1,000 points, I'm coming up on a 1,000-point score. That's a milestone that a lot of people won't hit in high school. Being a state champion and just being a winner. Those accolades in itself are what's been the most passionable for me. Obviously, being a part of a team that's bigger than me. It's something that I love to be upon. But I know that me as a person that I love when I can see myself growing as a basketball player too.
That's wonderful. Is there any particular moment where you felt incredibly proud or accomplished?
So, I do not like losing. I am a very, very sore loser. Last year, we lost in the WPIAL Championship to Imani Christian Academy. They played phenomenal. We lost fair and square, but I never really realized how many freshmen and sophomores that I have under me that look up to me as a captain and as a leader. When they were crying and breaking down, I just embraced them and hugged them and told them we got so much more time. You guys have so much more time to continue to build on throughout those things. So it was more so taking the selflessness out of myself and becoming more of a leader and taking that leadership role for the kids that are under me. Things aren't able to stay stagnant. That's probably the beauty of sports is things can change in a matter of seconds, hours, minutes. For me to be able to put myself into a position of leader has been key.
That's great, and we love to see more young black men in leadership positions and giving back to their communities and doing some more outreach, so we love that for you. Do you think that basketball has helped shape your worldview or your view of yourself?
Yes and no. I think sometimes when you play a certain sport or you're passionate about something, I think that can consume your life. I have been trying, and one of the things that I've learned how to balance is not allowing basketball to consume my life. What defines me as a person is not how many points I score in a basketball game, but more so how many things and how many good things that I can do for other people's lives. Not what defines you as a basketball player, but what defines you as a person. Being able to just say, I've done this off the court has been the more rewarding things for me.
I think that you touched on something really important there that I kind of want to dig into a little bit. What would you say defines you as a whole person then?
Leadership would probably be the best one. I've always been a sound guy. I wouldn't say I'm quiet, but I think I'm more reserved than my peers. I think that's always been me. Because I've grown up in an older family and I have older sisters and older people above me, I kind of had to be a little bit more reserved, a quiet leader, doing what's right for the community, holding strong to my faith on what I believe in, and just staying firm on them. Me as a person, I just love helping people. That's one of my biggest things, and the community means a lot to me. Especially communities that love you and that cherish you as their own has been very important to me and, holds dear to my heart. So I think that what defines me as a person is a sound leader, a charismatic guy that just loves being able to be around the community and loves doing what he does.
Do you feel like you have that kind of community at the Neighborhood Academy?
Yes, I think the Neighborhood Academy gets a rep of like rigorous work and, obviously it's a college prep school, but it's a community that loves you. It's a safe haven for inner city kids to be able to have a voice and be able to pursue higher education throughout whatever they want to do. Doesn't matter where you come from, Wilkinsburg, the Hill District, Garth. The Neighborhood Academy gives kids an opportunity to be able to pursue their career paths in a different type of light, meet new people, dress appropriate, and be in environments where you have no choice but to prosper. But the love has always been there for me as a person throughout basketball. If they're supporting me throughout basketball, throughout my career, and my family, for sure. Neighborhood Academy is a loving environment, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
We know that every journey has its own ups and downs, and I want to talk about one of your biggest challenges or one of the biggest struggles that you faced, both pursuing basketball and just pursuing other passions.
I have never been a feelings guy, if that makes sense. Like I said, I've always been quiet and reserved. But one of the things I had to struggle with throughout basketball and just personal things was anxiety. I have a hard time with my anxiety. Whenever I feel like my confidence is kind of being brought down, then that kind of like builds up. So I had to learn how to conquer my confidence. And that's the same thing when it comes to interviews or when I'm meeting people or donors or, I'm asking people for money. My anxiety kind of takes a hold of me, and that's something that I had to really come to terms with, is just being able to meditate on certain things. Prayer has definitely been one of the biggest things in my life, and affirmation, this positive affirmation of self, saying things will be okay, I'm good, I do this. Kind of gassing myself up here, but positive words of affirmation has been the biggest thing that has helped me conquer that anxiety and continue to keep going.
Yeah, I mean, that's really important, being able to regulate yourself and get yourself back on track. That shows a lot of, inner strength and strong sense of self there. Yeah. Was there a moment when you almost gave up?
My sophomore year, I ended up breaking my ankle. I missed about 5 different games. I had a stellar freshman season and scored 27 points per game. I was balling. Sophomore year, I ended up breaking my ankle literally 2 weeks before the season started, and I was depressed. I was, again, putting that basketball life in front of everything else. I was like, I can't do this. I don't even know if I can come back or if I'll be the same. I had a brief conversation with my grandmother, and my grandmother was like, what's going to change from now in the senior year? Are you still going to be the same person? Will you still have the same goals and the same aspirations? Will you still be the same basketball player? And I thought about it in sophomore year, what is she talking about? I don't believe her, whatever going on. Senior year now, looking back at it, I'm actually glad that I broke my ankle because it gave me a time to really put myself in front of basketball and what I had other things to do. My priorities kind of changed. It kind of been like, I got to take care of myself before I got to take care of basketball and other things and other people. So that conversation with my grandma kind of led into okay, sometimes I do need to take a break from basketball. Sometimes I do need to relax and have time to myself. So that conversation kind of opened up a lot of, I'm fine, I'll be okay, and, being able to just dial back from basketball. So
I think that that's an issue that a lot of athletes struggle with. I went through a similar instance my sophomore or freshman. I think I was a sophomore when I broke my ankle too. And it felt like the world was shattering around me because basketball was so important. Yeah. And so being able to separate that is a really important thing to do, and I think the earlier you do it, the better. Looking ahead, I know we talked a little bit about playing basketball in college, but are we looking at any offers? Are we looking at pursuing this to an NBA level? Where's your head at?
I think I'm more so right now just kind of to follow the path of basketball and allowing all the doors to fully open up. All the colleges that have given me offers and all of the colleges that have given me interest and things like that of talking to me, I've considered them all.
Name drop.
I can't.
Why?
I can't. It's this closed.
Do we have an upcoming consignment?
We do.
Oh.
We do. I take a couple visits later, so.
Okay.
By the end of basketball season, everybody will know where I'm going. But outside of colleges and stuff like that, I would love to go to an HBCU. That's always been my dream, is to pursue an HBCU. My mom went to Cheney, obviously one of the first HBCUs. My sisters have gone off to college to other HBCUs like NCAT and Winston-Salem. So I want to kind of pursue that line of HBCU grads. I want to go to Morehouse. Outside of basketball has one of been my favorite academic school. I took a trip down to Atlanta. Morehouse just kind of felt like home. It had a familiar vibe to it. So I would love to do those type of things and allowing basketball to kind of pursue my life and guide me to wherever it needs to be. If it takes me to the NBA, then it takes me to the NBA. If it takes me overseas, it takes me overseas. And if it just takes me to college, then I'm just okay with that. I've been very happy with allowing basketball to just be basketball. So.
Very powerful sentiment there. And I would love to see you at Morehouse because outside of basketball, I've been really pressed on Spelman. So maybe we'll see a college collab coming up.
Hey.
So we see basketball fitting into your future some kind of way, like in college or beyond. If you don't end up playing basketball in college or after that, what's the plan?
Being a student always comes first. The Neighborhood Academy has allowed me to have 25 different college acceptances outside of basketball. I have opportunities to go to schools that I never even thought about going to, having those doors open up. Basketball has always been a thing for me it's either this or it's either that. Everybody's ball has to stop dribbling at some point, and I think whenever mine stops dribbling, that I'll be okay with it. I'll be okay with allowing it just being a piece of my life that I was able to say that I did do, that I was able to do, that I can still do, and I can't wait to carry on to the next generation the knowledge that I learned from basketball so they can go before me and go higher than I did in basketball. So basketball has never really been a big push. I would love to do it in college, but if I don't, I'm okay with it.
And it's good that you're content with that. That's wonderful. So getting a little bit deeper, because I want the inside scoop.
Right.
So what's next for Shamar in these upcoming months or years? Any big goals or dreams that we're working towards behind the scenes?
Yes, I am starting a Hill District Foundation project to help raise awareness for kids who don't have any clothes, like winter clothes or clothes that in itself. Me and my father are starting a drive for, kids in need. So if you guys can donate any coats, jackets, boots, winter things like that for kids in need and would like to be involved in the community where I'm from and the things that I'm passionate about, I would strongly encourage you guys to email, give me a call, and just, a shout out. So I appreciate you guys and just thank you. And thank you for my host for being here. Thank you for my host for allowing me to come and talk to you and giving me the opportunity to be here on set. So once again, thank you, Angela.
Of course. Thank you for coming. And then where can we donate at? Do you have any of that specific information now?
Absolutely. I have a GoFundMe starting in about a month for it. So you guys can donate, send money out, or again, just email. Hopefully I'll tag my email so you guys can give out an email for me. But yeah, I have a GoFundMe coming out in about a month. So
I look forward to seeing all of these things transpire and to partake in the giving back to the community. By the time this episode airs, I will have all that information, so it will be in the bio. Yeah. So let's see if we can chip in a little bit. For other people out there who have any passions similar to yours and aren't so sure if they should pursue it or not, what is one piece of advice that you can give them?
If I could give any advice to anybody who, again, wants to pursue anything that they want to do, please believe in yourself that you can do whatever you want in life. You have to have a foundation. My foundation has always been God, and God has been allowing me to do all the things that I have to do. You find a strong foundation and a strong faith in whatever you want to do, you can do whatever you want. It takes hard work and resilience. You will never get any handouts in life. You have to stay firm, keep going. The road may be bumpy, the road may not even be there, but as long as you continue to build your own path, continue to follow through on whatever you believe in, continue to follow in your faith, you can do whatever you want to do, and don't stop. Don't allow anybody to tell you that you can't. Don't allow yourself to tell you that you can, and just keep going. Put your head down and grind.
Very valuable words of encouragement there, and I'm sure that will sit with many people. So thank you so much, Shamar, for sharing your incredible journey with us today. You've shown us what it means to keep grinding, to stay humble, and to reach for excellence. You are an inspiration to so many, and I cannot wait to see where your talents take you next. Do you feel like you're excellent?
Absolutely.
That's a wrap for today's episode of Excellence in Motion, the Youth Spotlight series. Remember, Black excellence is everywhere. It's in our schools, our communities, and our courts, and it is helping shape our future one step at a time. Don't forget to join me next time as we continue to highlight the amazing young talents making moves in the world. Until then, stay inspired, stay driven, and keep moving forward. I'm Angelina, and this is Excellence in Motion.
I am Shamar Simpson, and I'm excellent.